Brawl Stars has had a history of glitches, but some of the funniest take place when brawlers are first released. Let's get into the 5 most game-breaking brawler glitches. And I am not lying when some of the brawlers would even crash your game. Just like number 5, Gene. Gene was a highly anticipated mythic brawler, but of course all good things have some bad side to them. And, well, his super instantly crashed your game whenever you used it. Roll the clip. As you can see there, his game completely crashed and he had to restart all of Brawl Stars. It's clear that he probably lost that match, unless the other dude logged out as well. This glitch was so bad that they actually had to take Gene out of the game just to fix it. This was back in the beginning of Brawl Stars, so they had less technology back then, so it took longer to fix stuff like this. But yeah, after that and a few balance changes, Gene has become, well, one of the best brawlers in the game, in my opinion. Gene's hard to play, but once you figure out how to play him, he's pretty good in Knockout. But even with how big Brawl Stars is right now, they still have to take some brawlers out of the game whenever they are broken. Like number 4, Bonnie. Bonnie had a glitch with her epic gear that made her shot completely disappear, which was at a huge disadvantage because it would take away her one and only shot, which she had to reload. Here's the gear if you want to look at it. No one really knows why this happened, but it definitely did happen, and she also had to be taken out of the game. Also, being a newer brawler, this was kind of surprising they still had to take her out of the game, but I understand why, because some people didn't really want a brawler in the game that wasn't helping them at all. Also, after the glitch was found and posted all on social media, no one really used her anyways, so it didn't make a difference if they took her out of the game. But after a few days, she was added back perfectly healthy and perfectly fine. And now she's loved by the community, because she has one of the most unique supers in the game. Now we move on to number 3, Willow. Also, quick side note, only 1% of you guys are subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, it would help out a ton. Also, drop a comment if you have any other game-breaking glitch brawlers that you want me to make a video about. Willow would not only crash your game, but she'd also crash the person who she hypnotized. She would crash their game as well. It was kind of unfair dropping Knockout to a 2v2 pretty much. And she just really wasn't fun to use because everything was glitchy and her super didn't even work that well. Because of this, I kind of got off to a bad start with Willow, and now I still don't really like her, but I'm starting to learn to like her a little bit. Her super still moves in chunks, if you know what I mean. And it's just not super fun to use for me. There isn't much more to say about this one other than that it's like the other two. So I'm going to move you on to number 2, Bo. If you didn't know, Bo is not allowed to stack mines, but at one point he actually could stack mines. And this got insanely broken, especially if you did it on purpose with a couple other people. Basically, if you had your friend play Frank, or 2 of them, you could hit them both at once with your gadget down and just get an insane amount of supers. You could stack them up and it would be a absolute bomb field. Here's a clip of it. So yeah, this was pretty broken, and it was also kind of fun to use. This is a more recent glitch, which is kind of why I liked it, because I did get to use it at one point. It was used a lot, and Bo's usage rate went way up. There's so many glitches to talk about, and this is one of my favorites, because I got to use it, and it is just amazing. This one was quickly patched, though, and you can probably see why, because this really wasn't allowed, and they didn't want this in the game. Also, above, those weren't my stats, those are my friends. Now we're back to my stats, just letting you know. Alright, so anyway, let's move on to the number 1 spot. And I even got to use this glitch, and I have a video of it too. This was right when Maisie came out, and she had a gadget, well, it did a percentage of damage. And you know what that means. Percent, massive amounts of health, massive amounts of damage. I was getting most damage every single match. It was amazing. Or should I say amazing, because it was Maisie who you were able to do this with. One shot to the person in big game, and boom. A ton of damage, up to 44,000, just like that. Speaking of that 44,000 damage, here's the clip.
What the hell?
Want to support me, go watch that video as well. It was a pretty funny video back when I filmed it. Anyways, that's all for today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.